welcome to our students and youth video for this week. Just before I say something about our speaker this week, just a reminder that as things open up a little bit more, we will be putting together something that we can do all together or separately in sort of age groups as we go into the next few weeks and months as the rules change. And also we want to do stuff for students and youth separately and together at half terms and also at Christmas. Some of you are going off to university and colleges. We're going to continue to support you throughout that time. We're always here to pray for you. It's not just about meeting together, but there's going to be food involved. Of course there is. Now each week we have somebody different inspiring you. This week I've invited back Deborah Lynn to share a few thoughts with you. She had two particular talks that she wanted to release to you, but of course the lockdown happened and now she's in the process of moving to lead her new church up north. But here is our amazing Deborah Lynn with something fantastic for you right now. Enjoy.
Hey. Gosh, it seems like a long time since I've done this. It's good to talk to you. Those of you who can remember life before the lockdown will remember that I drew a picture on the wall in the back room at church of, well, it was supposed to be a lion, but I've been calling it the cheetah because it wasn't a very good lion. But it was meant to be a lion, and it was meant to be the Lion of Judah roaring. And it was a symbol of God helping us to overcome big things in life. And I felt like God was telling me that before I left, I should leave you with some key skills, really, some key ways of overcoming some of the big things. And I'd started with overcoming fear and overcoming doubt. And then lockdown happened. And I never did get round until now to talking about overcoming temptation and overcoming the world. I felt like God really put these 4 things on my mind because these are really key things. And if we know how to overcome fear, overcome doubt, overcome temptation, and overcome the world, those are just, basically at that point you're discipled. When you have the knowledge how to do that and you apply how to do that as often as you can, you're a disciple. And of course, we're not called to just be vague believers. We're called to be disciples. So I've got a few notes regarding the last 2. So just quickly, I want to talk to you about overcoming temptation. So Jesus said that within the Lord's Prayer, he asked us to say, lead us not into temptation. And I was thinking about this and thinking that really temptation itself is not the sin. The problem comes when we follow the temptation on and we start to cook it. We start to work with the idea. And we play with it, we entertain it, and before we know it, we're getting deeper and deeper in, and the temptation becomes a little tryout, a little, oh, it won't be so bad, a little justification, oh, it's not that big a deal, and before we know it, we're getting really deep in, and we're trapped. And James 1, verses 14 to 15 say that each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. And we know that elsewhere in the Bible it says that sin brings death. The thing is, we don't want to head into temptation, we want to head out. When we follow temptation into sin, it just kills us, spiritually, physically sometimes, but definitely spiritually. We don't want to head into temptation. We want to head out. And Ephesians 6 tells us to put on the full armour of God to withstand the temptation. That's probably about 1,000 really good Bible studies about overcoming and about putting on the armour of God. So listen, go find one. Check out a safe group that you know is going to be good teaching, like Soul Survivor or something like that, and find a really good Bible study about the armour of God. Because you're not children anymore. And you don't need somebody dressing up in fake Roman armour and telling you that the sword's all pointy. You need to understand the depth of the symbolism of the armour of God. And how when we, for example, really are secure in our faith in God, then that functions like a shield, the shield of faith. It protects us. It's symbolic. So go find out some really good studies on that. But 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. God doesn't lead us into temptation. He leads us out of it. If we follow him, we come out of that place of temptation. We don't have to do this just with willpower. We don't even have to do this just with won't power. But if we ask God to show us the way out, he will. He is faithful. So Dave's asked me to keep these to 5 minutes or so. That's less than 5 minutes. So that's overcoming temptation.